Let's see to it.
Or they possibly have high armor? Yeah, probably.
I won't object to it.
It's just crazy that, like, the whole machine spirit thing, Pascal's been very much the take out enemy machines thing the whole game. So seeing it just not work is just like, what?
I won't object to it.
Faith shields me.
Oof.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Alright, that one's dead. I think that's the only one she has line of sight on.
I'll do it.
Victory is imminent. Indeed.
A genius
Regen on
at
Argenta.
work. Let's see.
Throw some more buffs around.
Schemes within schemes.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Shoot. Having trouble getting line of sight for her to shoot anything.
Let's see to it.
Throw more buffs around.
No!
Oh! Oh, that's not good.
Rejoice in battle. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor. For you, my Emperor. Doubt is for the weak.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Can't reach
It will be done.
I'm not even sure if taunt works the way that I think it does in this game. Give her an extra turn.
I am a navigator, not a servitor, if I may.
Give her many extra turns.
As duty demands. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Does she have regen? No. Alright, give her regen.
What if?
Can he still move this turn? Yes.
Let's see.
I'm not accustomed to be tried to die.
Alright,
with
there's
grace,
one
at
turret
least.
remaining.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? If I may.
She's basically done 99% of the damage this fight.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Isn't the way to turn them off at some point? I
I
don't
am a
know.
navigator.
I mean, I am turning them off permanently.
Strike me again and see what happens. There will be no peace in my
There was a
wake.
console that turned them on, and I kept not doing it because I was certain it was a bad idea. But then it was like unavoidable eventually. Lord Captain, the crew that was sent to the surface reports that they have cleared the collapsed passages to the lower levels. After exploring the abandoned rooms, they discovered valuable cargo that has already been brought aboard. Oh, cool. Alright, tapping that quick save. Scan. Last steal, don't need it. Is it a level up sound? That was a level up sound. I like level up sounds. Ballistic skill, fellowship. Fellowship. Hi, my carjackals. Psi rating 3 requires level 30. Whenever an effect applied by the Psyker increases the damage suffered by a target, this effect is increased by half. For example, 20% increase turns into 30. That's pretty cool, but I don't think I have anything that would trigger that. All damage over time effects applied by the Psyker have a critical hit chance. 5 plus 5 times psi rating. Okay, so psi rate 5. Okay, so 5 times psi rating. Assuming we're doing PEMDAS here.
Captain Muck, what are your plans
72.
for 2024?
So it'd be 10,
Will you
so 5 plus
change
15.
something?
15% crit chance. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus 5 is 15% crit chance. What are my plans for 2024? What's up, Z-Pox? So I thought what I would try to do in 2024 is find some good games and play them on stream. Maybe even make a guide or two. Make some links for people to click. You know? Some new stuff. Dual weapon combat, heavy armor proficiency. That's heavy weapon, not heavy armor. Duh. Let's get dodge. More stay alive. Very good plans. Yes. Toughness. Oh, I can't build toughness. All right, strength then. Allows the wearing of power armor. Feel like I could get that and just hang on to that for later. Yeah, I'll get that for now. Hopefully we find some. Argenta. Alright, hold on. Agility. Explosive. Increases initiative, dodge chance. Melee weapon. Perception. Day to day. Don't know what would help her. Like ballistic skill, if I'm not allowed to get that. I guess perception? Or her agility is quite high too. Manipulate delicate explosive. Well, she is the person who disarms traps, so I guess agility. I guess we'll get that. Ready to serve. Humanity's finest. Do you already have humanity's finest? %3 chance to ignore enemy attacks. +5 ballistic. Let's get that. Alright, Cass. Willpower or fellowship? What helps her the most? Actually, I think it's perception. We'll get a perception. 116% chance to dodge, by the way. Rose, that just started Guild Wars 2 and discovered you. Thanks for your content. You're super helpful. The game is super overwhelming. Oh, you're very welcome. If you got any questions, feel free to let us know. I'm here every evening and every weekday morning, and of course our Discord is available 24/7. But thank you for the kind words. I'm glad you enjoy my stuff. Johnny says, does anyone know how to report feedback or bugs for the Mukluk Labs website? Here's a link to our Discord, Johnny. You can message me on there, and I'll pass it to the right people if you see something wrong. Is the chatbot not working on YouTube? Hang on, I'll just copy paste it myself. That's it. Just put that link into a web browser and it'll become an invite. Alright, let's see. Course untraveled. Whenever the navigator uses a navigator power that hasn't been used this combat, gain +2 perception to end of combat. Tonicity, +1 damage for every 5 bonus characteristics of the navigator's currently equipped staff. Don't really. So it gives +5 willpower, +10 perception, but it has a special thing called infusing 7. I'm not sure if it's referring to the first thing or the second thing. Build of protection. Allies that are targeted by navigator's power get +10% armor. Additional armor is reduced. Increase by the infusing of the currently equipped navigator staff. Does that last till the end of combat? This will give +19 fellowship. Enemies moved by the navigator abilities suffer 7 damage. Enemies affected by the navigator abilities take a stacking -10 penalty to the next resistance test. Tonicity. I think I like this one. So when she buffs someone, they get a 10% armor boost. She does have one buff she puts on everybody each fight. I think intelligence. Nimble's not bad. This guy gets shredded a lot. Or tech use. Pinnacle of Weaponry. The first attack in combat with any plasma, melta, or power weapon deals additional damage equal to 5. For the remainder of combat, the bonus damage is decreased to int bonus divided by 2. My int bonus is currently +5, so 2.5. Oh, advanced skill tech use. +13 to tech use, and the character can re-roll failed skill test. Let's get him that. Let's see, toughness, fellowship. Toughness is fine. This guy's a vanguard. He should be tanky, but if he takes a hit, he almost dies in like 1 hit. Psalm of Fear, what is that? Increased by +1 every time an ally uses a heroic act. The first time momentum reaches 200 during the Psyker's turn, the Psyker gains a +5 to all stats, +1 resolve deflection, and all damage that the Psyker deals until the end of combat. The Psyker's armor increases by 5%. This bonus increases by 5% at the start of every turn of combat except the first. What? Metapod uses Harden every turn? That sounds incredible. Alright, I'm gonna get that. That's the first thing that makes me think that he could be a decent tank compared to Abelard. Alright, save the game. Did we already check? Yeah, we already went here. Alright, let's go here. Scan. Got some stuff. Got some adamantine. I don't have any adamantine. I will do an extractium here. The sight before you excited the officer corps, who are delighted to witness the truly majestic end of this planet through the huge window on the bridge. One of the many nameless worlds throughout the expanse, an unknown reason caused the planet to break into several uneven parts, but its strong magnetic field is still preventing them from drifting into the cold abyss of space. The planet's hard inner core has remained almost untouched as thousands of explosions taking place upon its shell of hard metals light up the world's heart from the inside. The Augur crew detects several ruined extractiums on the broken planet's surface. Their analysis shows somebody used to mine adamantine here, but abandoned the deposit after the catastrophe. Most of the machines are damaged beyond repair, but the tech adepts claim one of the complexes can be restored if the rogue trader has the required parts and equipment. Provide the technicians with scrap to repair the extractium. A few dozen time bells later, the Lord Captain is informed the repair crew is suffering from unrelenting headaches, most likely caused by the oppressive magnetic field of this world. However, the machines have been successfully repaired, and the extraction of adamantine may continue if the Lord Captain wishes. Of course, the mine needs to be staffed with a squad of working servitors and a maintenance brigade doomed to endure the endless pain caused by magnetic storms. Take the machine on board. We can use it elsewhere. I already put one there. Nothing. Alright. I think we're done with this system. Onward into the next. Forgotten Twins. During the period designated as the night shift, the air throughout the ship suddenly turned stale. Those who were awake reported feeling incredibly tired. Those who were asleep later reported having horrible nightmares. Sister Argenta, one of the Lord Captain's personal retinue, was found in her cabin, pale, crying, and caught up in a waking dream. She didn't seem to notice anyone around her. Instead, she clutched a fragment of a burnt Aquila in her hand and kept calling for her mother. It took an hour to bring her around. Is she, like, reliving childhood trauma? The Immaterium released us from its grip this time. Visit. Oh wow, there's a lot here. Alright, let's start there. Look, what is this? It's like a sun giving off stuff and like a star pulling it in. What's that? The cogitator screen highlights the shapes of several buildings. The small settlement, the only one on the planet, is a winter-scaled dynasty outpost. Visit. After a lengthy descent to the planet, you're rewarded with a dismal sight. The entire outpost consists of long columns of uniform bunkhouses, machine hangars, and a large headquarters topped with the massive antenna of an ancient Vox caster. The binary sun hanging in the sky, make every object cast two shadows, a spectacle you find vaguely disturbing. The custodian and his people go out of their way to give the esteemed guests a proper reception, but the resources are scarce at best. Talk. The custodian shares alarming news. The outpost is highly dependent on various deliveries from the core winter-scale worlds, but 2 ships have already failed to arrive on schedule. The locals do not have an astropath of their own, so the custodian cannot determine the cause of the delays or request aid. The outpost will soon run out of food at this rate, so the custodian sends an urgent request for provisions. He's begging you for help, offering what little his settlement has in exchange. Provisions is that. I've got 15. Supply the outpost with the provisions it needs. The custodian showers you with gratitude and hurries to send gifts in return. The formerly grim and worried faces of the men light up with relief. Removed provisions, added a needle rifle. When this shot hits, it poisons the target with a viral toxin for 3 rounds if the enemy fails a toughness test. Okay. The return journey treats you to a rare and unexpected spectacle. An eclipse begins as one of the two local suns covers the other. You watch as the temperature drops, the lighting changes, and the double shadows vanish. The two discs in the sky merge, forming a shimmering oval and then becoming one. Eventually, the fantastic event passes, leaving behind a vivid memory. So that's the two suns right there. Plasteel, nope. Wow, that's a lot of XP. Master Helmsman Ravor, Lord Captain, there's evidence of a recent scuffle right ahead of us. Throne take me, this is not a frigate, this is just a gutted piece of metal. The helmsman falls silent for a moment. Blimey, the culprits are here too. It is the Eldari freaks. I recognize their shiny asses, even from this distance. Except, the Xenos are acting suspiciously. They're hovering in place and not even trying to run. Should we approach or open fire from a distance? Yerliet, call off your people, Alantak. Something is wrong. The children of Assyrian are dismayed, but doing something like this to a Monkey vessel, no, we are not animals. I appeal to your prudence and the promise you made. Do not destroy my kin for the deeds they did not commit. Lord Captain, we've received a report from the Augur crew. The situation is unusual. The Xenos ship displays no biological or energetical signatures, even though it appears to be intact. According to the scanners, there is nobody on board. However, survivors are believed to be hiding in one of the compartments of the damaged vessel of the Imperium. We've also spotted some drifting plating remains that belong to a third unidentified vessel. Rescue comes first. Dispatch a rescue team if there are any survivors on the frigate. It will be done. She flips the switch on the Vox system cogitator and the transmission goes quiet for a while. Whoa. Found Xeno artifacts and fuel. Lord Captain, the scouts managed to rescue several emaciated officers from the wrecked ship. Despite their wounds, they were able to tell us what happened. During a patrol, the frigate discovered an Eldari ship crossing the system and decided to immediately attack the enemies of humanity. The Xenos vessel proved too fast and skittish, but at one point its engines failed, giving the frigate a chance to attack. When the guns were aimed, several Dragari ships suddenly pounced from the darkness. At first, they attacked from a distance, but soon boarded the frigate and wreaked a bloody massacre on the decks. It is only by sheer miracle that the surviving officers managed to escape, locking themselves up in a hidden technical compartment the Xenos had no use for. The survivors claim that the Xenos conspired and deliberately led the ship into a trap where it met its doom. The Xenos joined forces to eliminate a vessel of the Imperium. An alliance between Eldari and Drukari is an unusual sight, and yet such outcome is hardly surprising. How blind are the Monkey to the voices of their own kind? Humans attack a ship to the children of Assyrian sailing peacefully by, but it is my kin's people who are to blame? Yerliet is beside herself with contempt and rage. No, my kind would not butcher the dark wounds of their own volition and then abandon their ship. Something else happened here, something I am afraid to even consider. Do we know in this world if there's also Donkey? Donkey? No, I haven't found any yet. Have the acolytes of the machine cult... Oh. Have the acolytes of the machine cult identify the remains of the third vessel? The Vox Master relays the order to the tech priest and promptly receives a reply. Lord Captain, I'm reporting that the hull fragments belong to the Drukari Xenos race, but the presence of their ships in the system at this time has not been confirmed. Send a shuttle with scouts to investigate the Xenos ship. Xenotech? After several hours of tedious waiting, Vigdis gets back on air. Lord Captain, the scouts confirm our earlier report. The Xenos ship is intact. Many valuable artifacts have been found inside, but neither the Eldari nor the bodies were discovered. Got a shuriken catapult and Xeno artifacts. We are late again, Alantak. Yerliet's voice sounds faint and almost listless. We've done everything we could. We're leaving. As you command, Lord Captain. Scanning. The telemetry indicates that these are the remnants of an Imperial world. A sorry sight. It is unlikely we will ever learn what catastrophe took place here. The crew was treated to a truly impressive sight, a colossal storm on the gas giant's surface. The planet's dimensions in themselves were mind-boggling, and then it birthed a tempest, the storm to end all storms. As the Lord Captain and his officers observed from a safe distance through the bridge's huge viewing windows, someone suggested giving it a name, and the Emperor's wrath garnered the most votes. Some in the crew believe the storm to be an omen. We can only hope it is an omen of great things to come. One left. Nothing. Alright. Back to the big map. Over here, I think. This is gonna be a few jumps. Alright. Warp breach! Ungodly fiends spreading sorcerous disease walk the lower decks, gathering a cohort of infected voidsmen. If no measures are taken immediately, an entire bay could be turned into a den of heresy. The rogue trader and his retinue will personally face these contemptible foes. Mama needs XP. We are kind of surrounded. Cultist of Nurgle.
Oh, yes, indeed. You'll make they will see.
Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3 hallways of enemies here, and there's also a room full of them down there. This is really bad positioning, honestly. At F5, I really don't like this position. Basically starting off surrounded.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
One down. Does that give Abelard a stack of his buff? It says stack 1.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, eradicate it.
Alright, there's another enemy down. I don't know if she has the line of sight of anyone else right from here. I think she does. They just threw poop at me. Stop throwing poop! Vile throw. Oh, that's nasty.
Pathetically sound of it.
Alright, taunts.
At your beck and call.
Defensive stance. 10 hit points. Ah, they're all throwing poop.